What piece of equipment do you wish you owned? Great question, and really quite a simple one to answer, to be honest. And the answer would be the Fairchild 670M. Now, this is one of those compressors that everybody wants to own. Like, realistically, any engineer wants to own an original Fairchild. Now, I'm lucky enough, in maybe 3 weeks time or so, I should be getting one into the studio. The guys at SX Pro are stocking them and selling them, which these are reissues actually. So it's like they are identical to the exact schematics. They're built to perfection. Now, they went over to NAM and saw them at NAM, and Dale's reaction to it was priceless. It was like an open mouth, kind of like, wow. I think he actually in the video of him kind of testing it out, they had to bleep some of it out because, yeah, his reaction was priceless. I very much think my reaction will be priceless as well. Now, like, we've got an Unfairchild 670M Mark II, which is kind of like the closest kind of modern day replica to the original Fairchild currently. Now we have the kind of ability to purchase what is essentially a real Fairchild, which is this new reissue of it. And I'm told it's very, very special. So this is that one compressor, that one piece of equipment I've always wanted to own, and I have the chance to own it. And I've got the chance to actually test one out. And look, these are new. These are brand new units. So I'm going to be testing it out probably in, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, a month or so by the time I actually get my hands on it. I am going to be testing it out. I am going to be shooting a review on it, and I am going to be directly comparing it to the Unfairchild that we have. And I'm hoping that the Fairchild and the Unfairchild are very, very similar, because the Fairchild, it's an eye-watering £30,000. But here's the thing with this, is that Fairchild will only go up in price. Now, you'll see Fairchilds for sale for 100,000, 200,000, because they are such sought after pieces of equipment. And look, 30 grand for a compressor, is it 30 grand better sound? Probably not, to be honest. It's going to be a great sound, but it's not. It is about the sound. I mean, if you're spending 30 grand on a compressor, that's a lot of money. That is a hell of a lot of money. That is a deposit on a house. That's, you know, proper, a decent car sort of money. The Fairchild is more than just a compressor, though. It's what it represents. You know, you have a Fairchild. Even, look, I know from having the Unfairchild, you know, I get people day after day, they get in contact. We want to get our Trackmasters because we want to run it through the Unfairchild. We want to utilize the sound, and everybody knows this iconic sound of the Fairchild. So the closest thing currently was the Unfairchild. Now, having this reissue of the Fairchild, this is gonna be, it's is gonna be a real tricky one for me, because it is the one piece of equipment that I've always dreamed of owning, and I've got the opportunity to get one, but it's £30,000, and that's a hell of a lot of money to be spending on any piece of equipment. The only thing that I'm that's pushing me towards buying it is that it only goes up in price. There's no way it goes down in price. You buy a Fairchild for 30,000, it's worth 60,000 in 10 years' time. That's the hope, anyways. If it's anything to go by what it basically depends on how many they make. If they make 10 of them and there's 10 new reissues, the price of the Unfairchild will go up and up and up. If it's like, oh, we can just keep making more and more and more and more, the price kind of goes down. So it depends. But I'm very, very keen on maybe buying one. But £30,000 is a lot of money. Spending 15,000 on the Unfairchild, that's a lot of money to spend on a compressor. Spending 30 grand. Now here's the thing. So if I'm spending 30 grand, and this is why I want to test the Unfairchild versus the Fairchild, is the Unfairchild that much better? Does it sound that much better? And that's why I want to do this test, because realistically, if I'm buying a Fairchild for £30,000, I could buy 2 Unfairchilds and put one in here and one in Studio C, realistically. But the one thing the Fairchild has is what it represents. You know, it's a Fairchild. It's an original Fairchild, and that's what's maybe swaying me a little bit towards buying one. But if I buy one, I'll let you know. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, if there's one piece of equipment that I do really, really wish I owned, it would be a Fairchild 670. Definitely.